Hey guys, I hope y'all are doing well. I know it's been a while since I've posted here on the channel, but with the 2025 deer season over with, my main goal lately has been to catch up on some of the things around the house, along with a couple other projects that I've been working on. Anyway, today's video is going to be a little bit different than what we're normally going to showcase here. It's not a hunt this time, but everything you see here today is actually some B-roll from this previous season that I've accumulated in my first season of self-filming my hunts. So today I just wanted to share with you 10 tips that really helped me become a better deer hunter. And I just want to start by saying I'm in no way, shape, or form an expert or a whitetail guru, and I don't want to come off as that. I'm just an average weekend warrior that really likes to deer hunt when I have the chance to. I wanted to take the time today to just share a couple tips with you that I've picked up over the years, or little tidbits that I've heard other guys talk about that have actually helped me have success in my hunts, whether that be getting on deer or actually killing deer or whatever the case may be. So if you have a few minutes, sit back and relax, and hopefully, whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned vet, maybe I got something for you. These aren't really in any particular order, but I do want to touch on some of the more fundamental ones that I think could potentially help some of the newer guys, especially in archery hunting. I really want to start my first point of finding a setup that you like and you can afford and that'll get you out there practicing. It's really important to do that because if you don't have something that you don't like, you're not going to be confident in it, or if you're not practicing with it. It's always really best to pick a budget and stay within that range because let's face it, I mean, these bows and firearms, they can be pretty expensive. So you just need to ask yourself, I mean, how much are you going to be planning on hunting with this item? I mean, are you more of a gun hunter? Are you going to be leaving your bow home more often? You probably don't need that $1,500 Matthews Arc. You might want to look into a crossbow or something if you're not like a hardcore archery hunter. I encourage everybody to hunt how they want to hunt and use what they want to use, but there's a great used market out there. You know, see what you can find like in pawn shops or even use your axe at pro shops, because you can still find good equipment that might be a few years old, but it'll still have plenty of life left in it. Like there for a while, I shot a Bowtech Admiral that was from 2008. I probably shot it until 2019, I want to say, and then the limb finally split on it. So there's people people all through time have killed animals with far much less technology. So don't be afraid to go the used or budget route. Keep in mind, us average guys, we're only doing this a couple times out of the year, or a couple months more or less out of the year. So just don't get caught up in thinking you got to spend a bunch of money to get out there and have fun. Really leads me to my next point, is the gear craze. So the gear craze is a trap that I have personally found myself in before. And from time to time, I still kind of do. We all have that favorite hunting content creator or podcast, YouTube, TikTok that we like to watch or listen to. And it's no secret that they probably have some sponsors and they push those sponsors and showcase who that who they have working with them. But the fact of it is they're going to give those products to those content creators because they know that they're going to push them and create revenue for them. It's really like with anything. It's all about marketing. In my opinion, I mean, I think there absolutely are products out there that are must-haves and can absolutely enhance the experience dramatically. But it can be really, really easy to fall into the trap of overbuying gear. I've done it with backpacks, stands, different setups. I'll think, that'll be that I really need a lock on set up or a climber set up. And then I'll get whatever it is and hardly use it because I'm saddle hunting more than anything. So I guess with my piece of advice right there is just to keep your system and your gear simple. Don't have an overabundance of things that you're not going to use. Find something that works, keep going with that, and just stick with it, perfect it, and you'll get really good with it. So number 3, this point is going to be researching the animal that you're hunting as much as you can. So one really big thing that's helped me, especially in the past couple of seasons, is researching different things about deer and reading and taking in a lot of deer hunting literature from guys that are proven and have been there and done it. There's tons of great videos and books out there that can really open your eyes up to why certain things are the way that they are and why they happen. When you see it in the wild, it all clicks. Learning as much as you can about the animal you're pursuing helps your chances of success tremendously. From learning about food patterns, bedding patterns, to rut behavior. It's only information that can sharpen you and help you grasp what you're seeing out there a lot better. I've applied a lot of what I've learned, and I've seen more deer consistently at times, but a lot of it's just pure luck and being at the right place in the right time. Research definitely helps us better understand when and where to go, maybe what to do to really get a shot on something good. So, all right. So number 4 is definitely going to be another one, especially mainly for the archery guys that are kind of new into it. I would say that learning the anatomy of the animal that you're trying to pursue is a really another big one. There's tons of diagrams out there that can show you online. Even in most reg books, there's diagrams of deer anatomy. And, you know, we're taught from a young age, especially a lot of us that have hunted from the time that we were small, is always put the crosshairs right on the back shoulder blade. Well, sometimes when you're bow hunting, it's not always the case. I mean, you gotta accommodate for arrow drop, yardage, things of that nature. So when you actually look into a deer's anatomy and the size of their vitals, it puts into perspective of the actual size and error threshold, I should say, that you have. And it can really help your confidence in taking those shots that sometimes might be a little tricky and more meticulous than other times. Another thing that really has helped me, I feel like a lot of people can take something from it, but definitely the bow hunters should keep this one in mind, especially if you're newer to it. And that's to simply shoot more deer. As simple and goofy as that may sound, there's a pretty good point that I'm trying to make with it. And what I mean by that is that it's really good to gain experience by getting more kills under your belt. Now, I'm not necessarily saying to go and gob shoot everything that comes in a 60-yard radius of you, but what I'm doing is I'm encouraging you to get some experience and kills with the style of hunting that suits you. Growing up, being into hunting, that's what my dad always had told me, is there will be nothing that builds your confidence like getting those kills under your belt. If you think about it, let's say if you got terrible target panic, the more that you get that under control by having successful hunts and kills, and when that big one steps out, you'll know exactly what to do and when to do it. Because if you go all to pieces on a 100-inch deer, you're not going to be able to draw back on a 140. Most of us are only going to see a handful of those deer in that caliber only a few times in our lives. You can't let things stop you from shooting those 110-inch deer, 120. I mean, those are dandies in my book. And it's best to to get that experience while you can. So my next piece of advice, it ties directly into that, and really just in life in general when you come to think of it. And that's to never measure your success to other hunters or people or things that you see on social media. You got to keep in mind that these videos that you're watching and these posts you're seeing are all highlights of the best moment of somebody's season or hunt. Some of the videos and posts that you might see might involve people whose job revolves around this. And as much as that would be a dream of, I'm sure, of all of ours, it just doesn't work like that for average Joes. I myself have been caught in that mindset too. Really, the things you see on screen are just the top of the mountain for somebody. It's easy to get wrapped up when you don't know the backstory of what it took to kill that deer. That one hunt that they killed on could have had 10 before that went absolutely crappy. But a trophy's what you make of it. You can't never let someone talk down on you or you talk down to somebody else. That's not what this sport's about. And sadly, sometimes that's what it's came to. So don't fall for the social media traps. There's definitely benefits of it, but also very many downfalls with it when it comes to deer hunting. This right here is one of my favorite ones on this list, and that is to keep annual trail cam data. One thing I think you really should consider is keeping that data and watching it every year post season and even seasons going forward to give you a really good understanding of what's going on where your cameras are. To give you a real world example of what I mean by this, let's go back to my 2025 West Virginia archery buck. I was very blessed to be able to take a really nice 8-point this past season. And I run quite a few different trail cams on this property that I'm fortunate enough to be a part of. Some, I run them year round in the same spots, while others, I kind of branch out and just try to collect data and see what's going on in other locations. After about 4 consecutive years of running cameras on this property, I was able to start piecing together when and what times deer would start using these areas regularly throughout the year. I had traffic coming through there all year long, but there were definitely certain hot spots out of the year. And to my surprise, I was even catching bucks hanging around these days to the exact day of previous years. This helped me capitalize on pre-rut activity this past season, and I selected the time to go in and put effort towards a hunt based off of past trail cam datas, and it ended up working out for me. Some trail cams don't even really have any SD cards anymore, so it's always worth a shot to go back into your app, or if you do have a camera that runs the cards, go save those cards every year and just hang on to that information, because I promise there's something good to analyze with all of them. There's always a reason that they are where they are when they are. It's all a game of connecting the dots if you really think about it. One thing that I really wish I was a little bit better at sometimes, and I think that I, just like other human beings, fail at, is pushing ourselves sometimes. And something that I would change, and I've learned, is to just not get comfortable and complacent. I think it's really easy to fall into that trap. We all get mid or late season and maybe not go as much as we probably hoped or should, or maybe it's that we lack in our scouting game. Regardless of what it is, sometimes the fact of the matter is we just take the comfortable route, and instead of pushing a little harder, I myself can get pretty discouraged fairly quickly, especially when things don't go the way I intend or the way that I think it should. And if I'm not seeing what I think should happen, sometimes I get in my own head and just really question if I'm doing things right. But the best thing to do in this instance is to remember that it's not supposed to be easy. There's something that every hunt can teach you. Sometimes pushing yourself to put in a little bit more effort, it can lead to that moment of success. you've been working hard for. And my ninth point is to remember to always be realistic. Like I said earlier in the video, a lot of us are just average Joes. I mean, really, I'm lucky to get to hunt one day a week, maybe two, just because I work a full-time job. And this is probably my number one hobby. I feel like a lot of us, including myself, get wrapped up in the mindset that makes us look at everyone else's success and question what we're doing wrong. But in reality, we're just seeing the highlights of someone else, like I was talking about. You really got to remember to be realistic. You have to realize you're playing a game of probability and numbers. Each day you get to hunt helps your probability of seeing that big buck or your shooter that you have on camera that you're really trying to dedicate time to. And it's hard sometimes when you're working and have a life. You can't neglect your woman or projects that you have going on in life. It's just the way that it is sometimes. You got to take what you can get. When you switch up your mindset, I believe it really does make the experience that much better and less stressful. Instead of thinking, man, I got to get it done. I got to get it done. I feel like you definitely turn to hunting as more of a, not necessarily an escape, but you can kind of unplug and just enjoy the moment for the duration of you being there. As much as everybody loves getting on a big buck, you got to remember that's not what it's all about. The most important thing to take away from every hunt is just being there, enjoying God's creation. So just chill out, enjoy it, and when it's your time, that big one will come. My 10th and final point is probably one of the most important ones on here, and that is hunt the way that you want to. What I mean by this is definitely within legal means. You know, you make sure you research your state's laws and regulations. I'm not advocating for poaching in any way. It definitely needs to be legal. But as I've said before, there have been many effects of on deer hunting from social media, from every Tom, Dick, and Harry voicing their opinion of how they think deer should be managed or how and what way are quote unquote the right ways to hunt, doesn't mean that what they're saying is factual evidence. I mean, unless it's from a study or something that has evidence to back it up, you should probably take everything that you hear with a grain of salt until you can see it for yourself, or you should be able to critically think and to ask yourself, is this person full of it or not? How somebody manages deer in Ohio may not necessarily work for me in North Carolina. The key is in this point is just do what makes you happy. I saved this point for last because really they all tie into this. If you want to hunt over bait, do it. I throw corn out, and there's also times where I try to hunt pinch points and I try to hunt rut funnels. But I'm not going to act like I'm just a superior person because I'm hunting out of a saddle and using a compound bow. If that 4-point walks out and you're happy with it and you want to fill your freezer, I am all for it. As long as it's legal, you got my support. Don't let anyone discourage you or act like they're taking the high road over you, because I promise you, you'll probably run into someone like that and it might discourage you, but you have to stay positive. Help somebody out, take them out, show them the ropes if you can. I mean, I really appreciate all of you stopping by and checking this one out. I know it's been a little bit of rambling and a little bit of a different kind of topic that I normally showcase, but I really do appreciate it if you've made it this far. And if you like what you see here, just let me know. Consider subscribing. We got a lot planned, though. I hope y'all will stick around. Turkey season is almost here, and I'm tweaking the filming setup for that. I got a new camera, and I'm just buying the final pieces on how to run that. So it should definitely be a fun time. It'll be a learning experience too, because like I said, this self-filming journey is all new to me. So I really do enjoy it. I just like doing it. I like to look back on these hunts that I have and just be able to rewatch them, relive that moment, because it is one of my most favorite things in life to do. But I hope y'all stay good out there. Just remember, no matter what you done, you're never too far gone for Jesus Christ. He always has got something for you when you go to him. You guys be safe, and I appreciate all of you. Until next time.